Well, my name is Pam Bruce, and I found Holy Family from a neighbor. It was Amy Elliott. They were here, members. They've since moved to Iowa, but they lived down the street from us. And my mother was coming, and I needed to find a church. At that time, I wasn't going to church at Holy Family or church, period. I had kind of left church. But anyway, so this was before Father Phil got here. And so I took her to church, and we just kept coming. She'd come about twice a month, and we just kept coming back to Holy Family. And somewhere in there, in that time period, I realized that this was different than the Catholic Church that I had left. And so I started coming back to church and joined the church in 2014 and have been here ever since. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. It's just different. The presence of the Holy Spirit is palatable, you know, and when I'm away and haven't been here for a couple of weeks, I come in and I'm like, I'm at home. And that's what Holy Family is to me. The thing about my story and leaving the Catholic Church and then coming back, I've heard people talk about their children not going back to church. And I am an example of a child going back to church through a mother's prayers. And probably more than anything, it's those prayers that kept me into church, that got me here, that hooked me into what God was doing in my life. I have a story that really starts as childhood and comes, and I'm sure everybody has the same kind of story, just in a different way. But the Spirit of God was drawing me all my life, and I know that. And that same Spirit drew me to Holy Family. And that same Spirit is what keeps me going to Holy Family Church. The things I would say to new parishioners is get involved, because it's just like any church that has a lot of people. You can kind of get lost, even though everybody's friendly when they come in. It can be overwhelming, you know. And if you get involved with something, you know, there's plenty of Bible studies and other things to do, but if you get involved in that, you'll meet people, and that always helps. So, and what I would say to the parishioners, what I want to say to the mothers that are praying for their children, here I am. May not have been when my mom wanted it, but here I am.